Hi guys, Pam from the Woolly Dragon again. So I'm going to call this video, at least for the time being, so you want to live in East Tennessee? No, I'm kidding. I do love living in East Tennessee, but there are times it's just a little weird, very weird. When I was living in Florida as a kid, we had 3 stages of weather. We had maybe 2 or 3 days that it got a little cold, that you actually had to wear a sweater or something like that. Then we had the usual weather, which was hotter than blue blazes, and it would be sunshine in the morning. You would get an afternoon thunderstorm, pretty much clockwork, and then it would clear out, be bright sunny skies, go back to normal. Anyone who's ever been to Disney World for several days in a row, you know what I'm talking about. You had to take cover at a certain time in the afternoon just so you can get out of the way of all the torrential rains. And then you had hurricane season, which was basically regular weather, but like amped up about, 10 times, 100 times, something like that. And then when I lived in Pennsylvania, there were actual seasons. You had equal, pretty much, divisions of all 4 seasons throughout the year. Wintertime, with a few variations, it was cold. And invariably, you would have snow on the ground a lot longer than you do down here in Tennessee. So a normal winter here in East Tennessee, there is no normal winter here in East Tennessee. I've been here in wintertime when it barely got below freezing at all for the entire duration, and then springtime would hit and we get a really hard freeze and kill all the new growth on the leaves and things like that. That's always disheartening. Wow, that interstate is loud today. Woo! I thought it was a helicopter. I was going, what is that helicopter doing? But it's just traffic on the interstate. Which is, let's see, nope, wrong way. So that's facing south. I-81's maybe 2 miles that way. I don't hear that all the time. But, okay, what was I talking about? Okay, winter weather in general in East Tennessee. So we've had winters that were very, very, very mild, that hardly ever got down to freezing. We get humdingers. So, for instance, this is now January 25th, Thursday. Starting on Martin Luther King Day, Monday the 15th, it got cold, and snow. Got about 5 or 6 inches of snow that day. And then it dropped below freezing day and night. I think since, from Monday to Tuesday this week, so about 8 days or so, it may have gotten up to 34 degrees Fahrenheit a couple of times, but nothing. So up until, again, this is Thursday. Okay, so Tuesday we had snow on the ground, and I'm going to insert a picture here to show you kind of what it looked like. It's not going to be the same view because it was a picture I took from the back of the house. But snow everywhere. And the snow stayed for that entire 8 days. Monday, 9 days. Which is not normal. Usually we get a crap ton of snow, and then 2 days later it warms up and it's gone. So the fact that it got so cold for so long, precipitated first by a snowstorm, and then we had a couple of days here and there that laid down another maybe 1 or 2 inches there every once in a while. So it was a winter wonderland up until yesterday morning. I went to bed Tuesday night and snow everywhere. Woke up Wednesday morning and it was like this. No snow anywhere. No snow. Lots of water from where the snow melted. There's Lake Hammett in all its glory. But, yeah, And then we got another about third of an inch of rain last night and early this morning. And the sun is starting to come out. But yesterday, or not yesterday, this weekend when I would come outside, I'd be walking on snow. And it was so frozen that I was actually walking on top of snow. Not giving like it normally does with my weight. It was a lot of fun watching the cats do it too, because they're just walking along like it was normal. But so now I'm contending with lots of squishy ground, lots of water. I really need to get out here in the garden and finish up some of the projects that I've been doing. I had taken, here's my little blueberry in its pot, still haven't gotten it planted out because I haven't finished its spot yet. And the little Johnny jump ups still going. But I took the blueberry, I took these fruit trees, and I had all of these seedlings, the pawpaws, the forsythia that I grew from cuttings, the mulberries that I grew from cuttings. There's plum seedlings. You know, everything's all dormant. So they've been, you know, in the garage for 8-9 days, getting a little dry. But I'd rather, when it's really, really, really cold, I'd rather them be dry than wet, because, you know, you don't want them freezing hard and damaging little young roots and stuff. So I'm thinking most of this stuff here is going to do okay. I brought them out yesterday so that when it rained last night, they'd get a little drink of water, and they're doing fine. If I can just, I am so behind. Every time I'm like, I'm going to get stuff done. I'm going to use this winter, and then it's a crappy winter. And let's see, a little bit of damage on the rosemary here, but I still see a lot of green, so that's good. The thyme's getting some green. I need to cut that back a little bit. The oregano's a little bit touched, but it'll bounce back. Chives. So here, all this, guys. My phenomenal lavender. I was going to get those 2 smaller lavender plants dug up and moved to a different spot, so phenomenal had a little bit more space. This little planter over here, where all of the evidently birds have been flying by with blackberries and dropped some of the blackberries, including seeds, and we got little blackberry seedlings coming up. I was going to get those out of there, get this bed weeded and filled up a little bit. Hello, Beaker. Well, you know. And oh yeah, also during all this cold weather, including we got down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not a normal thing. My heat pump decided it no longer wanted to be a heat pump. And so I had my nearby HVAC guy, Adam and Bubby Tolliver, came over and was trying to figure out what was going on with it. Finally realized it was the compressor. Oh, yay. And so I've basically been doing the heat strips, the emergency heat, for the last week. My electric bill is going to be phenomenal this next month. Not looking forward to that. But oh well. At least I had some heat. But yeah, everything's all wet. The bees aren't out and buzzing like they were yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit nicer. And even though it looks like it should be cold, it's not. It's probably 60 degrees now. It's so weird how easily acclimated you get to the cold. I'm wearing a t-shirt and then a sweatshirt over the top of that, and I am literally sweating just walking around, which I know I am out of shape. I sweat all the time, but even this is a little much for me. But the bees were out buzzing yesterday. Of the 7 hives I have here, I was seeing activity outside of 6 of the 7. Not too sure about my little Gloria hive there, a little single box, but if it gets a little less cloudy and overcast, I'll open that up and see if there's anybody still home. But it looks like everybody else weathered the storm. Speaking of which, hello, little bee. There's another one. Say hello. So damp. And again, being behind on my chores, the pathways between my 3 planting areas here, haven't gotten to clear those out. The pathways I haven't weed whacked down and put down cardboard and brought wood chips over yet. That should have been done months ago. It's going to be time to prune these apple trees. Ugh. I need a clone. Okay, that's it. So just basically wanted to show you my plate. I either need to be 20, 30 years younger, or I need to clone myself, truthfully. And because I'm sitting here going, I need to build more raised beds. And then I'm thinking, I don't have time to take care of the raised beds I have. I could use more raised beds, but I can't handle 3 more raised beds quite yet. So one of these days I'll get my act together, and maybe Mother Nature will kind of coordinate with me a little bit better. But I don't know. I was born 2 weeks late, and I guess I grew up just procrastination has become the norm for me, and I'm almost 60, so I guess I'm kind of stuck where I am. All right, so hope you all are doing well. Hope you're doing well with your gardens, and I'll talk to you the next time I have anything to impart. Bye.